Buongiorno e benvenuti. My name is Giovanna and I welcome all my friends to Kitchen on the Cliff. Today we're going to do something that's really an Italian indulgence. This is not something you're going to find in the restaurants. It's something you do at home. We love zucchini. I mean, it's a vegetable that is major in our cuisine. We use it in so many different ways. But we love the flowers even more. Now these open in the morning, and you should pick them in the morning when they're fully opened, put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the refrigerator. These zucchini flowers are a treasure. As you could see, we are growing them in a window box, which I thought was next to impossible, but Howard insisted, and so he planted them. And sure enough, you know, even though the plant is small, as we know from bonsai trees, you know, a bonsai tree is greatly reduced in size, but if they bloom, the flowers are the normal size. So remembering that, I thought, well, if we plant them in a window box, the plant is not going to get very big, but the flowers should be the same, and they are. And they're just wonderful. I'm going to make fried zucchini flowers because we just all love them. I have a very special memory of visiting my grandmother in Rapallo on the Italian Riviera. And one day we all went shopping independently of each other. I went shopping, my husband Howard went shopping, and my uncle Peppino went shopping. Guess what we all came back with? Aside from the tortellini that my aunt had asked one of us to buy in town, we all came back with a bunch of zucchini flowers. So we had 3 bunches of zucchini flowers, more than my aunt had ever seen. She cooked them all and we ate them all because they are just so delicious. It's like potato chips. You eat them one after the other. So it's so simple. All you need is an egg, a tablespoon of flour. So here's a tablespoonful of flour and a tablespoonful of water. And a pinch of salt. That's the batter. Now 1 egg is going to do an awful lot of zucchini flowers, so I do it one at a time. When I finish this, I'll do more. And if I have any left over, I cook it and I serve it with the zucchini. You can make a different batter if you happen to be vegan, for instance, and you would not want the egg. Well, there's a second batter that is just as good, if not better, and that is equal amounts of beer and flour. So you take a half a cup of beer and a half a cup of flour. And it doesn't matter if the beer is flat. If it's left over from dinner the night before, it's perfectly fine. By the way, the beer batter that I had mentioned is a very common American way of frying foods. Beer batter is something you could use with just about anything. Okay, now let's go and fry our zucchini. I'm going to cover the bottom of the frying pan with canola oil. Okay, we want the oil to be hot, sizzling. Now I put them in water just to keep them fresh longer. I'm going to test the oil first, so I'm going to take one and dip there it goes. Okay, when you hear that sizzle, it's done. Separate them, don't put them one on top of the other. They have to be cooked in one layer. So as you take them out, you will put more in. Oh, here's the double one. That's the twin flowers. Remember, you cook with all your senses. And generally, when you smell something, it's almost done. Because when it gives off its fragrance, it's almost cooked. These should be golden. So the result is like a little pancake, actually, because they flatten out. And when you turn them once, and both sides will be done. There are many edible flowers, although I'm not aware of any other flower that is prepared quite like this. Geraniums, nobody eats geraniums, but I know that they are non-toxic and edible flowers because I have always decorated cakes with geranium flowers. Usually it's a cake that's covered with whipped cream, with cream rosettes, and then I will take the geranium flowers, take apart a flower and take the individual petals, the individual flowerlets, and just put them into the cream. I know that that will not harm anyone. Now, you don't serve the flowers, you don't eat the flowers, you just take them away before you eat the cake. But it is a flower that is safe to use. The other thing that I have always used in cooking is roast geraniums. Now, the regular geraniums are not scented. If you know what scented geraniums are, roast geraniums are scented. And what I do is I make an apple jelly, just an apple jelly. And before I put the hot jelly into the pan, I put 2 geranium leaves in each jelly jar. Then I add the hot jelly, the boiling jelly. And what happens is it makes an infusion. So when you open the jelly in the middle of winter, you will smell the geranium flowers, and it's heavenly. It's just the most wonderful thing. And lastly, we take whatever is left over of the batter. Here's the batter. This is just egg with a spoonful of flour and a spoonful of water. And we pour it into the frying pan. And this will be a snack for the kids or a snack for the adults, or it's delicious too. Okay, and this can be scrambled or it could be just turned. Even kids who don't like eggs like this. And it kind of puffs up because of the body that the flour gives it. Just it makes very fun shapes. That's just the egg, see? Puffs up. It's very nice. It's delicious. The last thing I'm going to do is to take some salt and just sprinkle it on top. You know, that salt on the surface is always delicious, whether you're eating chocolate or anything else. Okay, so these are now perfect. You do all this, of course, in preparation, because when you put the food in the serving platter, it should be finished, it should be done. So now we can put it in our platter. And this is the rest of the egg. These are fried zucchini flowers, which are the passion of Italians and Italian Americans as well. They are enjoyed very much all summer for people who grow their own zucchini. Buon appetito! This is our mid-morning snack, fried zucchini flowers.
Okay, po' di vino?
Grazie. Salute!
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 Salute a tutti! Couldn't be fresher. They were picked about an hour and a half ago, grown right here on the deck.
So try this recipe, and if you do, you will do it over and over again. And you can even try to grow the zucchini flowers in a flower pot, the way we did, which I thought was impossible, but Howard insisted and he won out.
Try it at home, but also do not forget to subscribe.
Thank you for watching. Share the video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. Ciao. Alla prossima volta.